A lot of people think that to become an entrepreneur, they have to quit their day job, take their money from their pension fund, take out a loan and start a business. And we all know what happens with that. A lot of businesses, about 80% of businesses started in the country fails within the first 5 years. And from the 20% that survive, about 80% of them fail within the next 5 years. So what happens to so many people is they quit their job, they have this business idea, they quit their job, they take out all the money they've saved for 20 years, pump it into the business, and then 5 years later they have to go back and find a job again, which is not ideal if you want to be successful with your money. So what we usually suggest is that you start a part-time business or a side hustle. And becoming an entrepreneur is not about just starting a business. Becoming an entrepreneur is about creating business assets that generate income through leverage. So this is very important. There's a couple of things there. Firstly, it has to be a business asset. A business asset cannot be an asset if you are the business and the whole business revolves around you. Secondly, you want to earn money through leverage. If you have a business that's only reliant on you doing stuff to earn the income, then you're never going to be able to expand exponentially. So we'll talk about that. So the first thing, that most people start a business or a part-time business at the wrong time. So that's the first thing. And what is that time? They start a business when they need the money. So guys, this is not the ideal time, although it is the ideal motivation, but it's not necessarily the ideal time. So before you start a business, what we suggest you first do is make sure that you have complete control over your cash flow at the moment with the money that you are already earning. Because that is the cause of any financial difficulty, is the control over the cash flow. If you don't address the cause, and you just start a business to add more income, you're not addressing the cause, you are just addressing the symptoms, and the cause will not go away. So what happens is you can't come out on the salary that you earn, you add another 5,000 Rand a month to the pot, and then all that's going to happen, because you don't have control, you don't have a plan, your expenses will just increase, and it's going to swallow up that extra money that you're earning from your part-time business. So it's not moving you forward. So the first thing you need to do is you need to take control of your budget, you need to take control of your cash flow management, and make sure that you come out with the income that you have before you add extra income. Because if you look at the two ways to improve your financial situation, the first one is to reduce your expenses. The second one is to increase revenue. But people don't want to do the first one because it feels like work. So what do? They jump on the second one. Oh, I'm not getting out with the income that I earn. Therefore, if I just go and earn more income, it will solve the problem. And unfortunately, the reality of the situation is it doesn't. So first go and look at taking control of your cash flow. Now, we've created a model, personal financial coaching model that we teach you and guide you to take control of your cash flow so that you know exactly where you are. So if you want to find out more about that, you're welcome to visit retirehappy.co.za and register for our free webinar that's on every Tuesday, where we explain exactly how the coaching works and the 4 levels that you go through on the coaching. So that will help you to fix that problem of starting a business at the wrong time. So the next thing is people ask the wrong question. And the question that most people ask when they start a business is, what can I do? That is not the right question. Because the moment you ask the question, what can I do? And you start building a business purely around what you can do, you're immediately limiting yourself. Because the first thing is, there's only so much time you have available for you to do the thing that your business does. Secondly, you can't charge more than what you are capable of producing, which limits you in that state as well. So the focus is not on what can I do. The question you need to ask is, what can I teach others to do? Or what can I automate to be done? So those are the questions you want to look at. And that is the difference between what we call a transactional business and a transformational business. So most businesses start life as a transactional business. So you work for a company, but you are good in doing nails. So you decide to start a nail business. So then what do? You do the nails, and you keep doing the nails, and you can only do that many in a specific week for a specific amount of money. So that is called a transactional business. You do something, you get paid. You do something, you get paid. Now that limits you, and it can never scale. So that is not the ideal. But most businesses start as transactional. But the moment you start a transactional business, you immediately have to have plans in place to transfer that or convert that from a transactional to a transformational business, because that's where you want to come. A transformational business includes leverage. You need to have leverage in your business and automation in your business. It can be both, or it can be either or, either leverage or automation. So you want to automate what you do as much as possible, so it's not directly, the income is not directly related to what you do in the business. So you build leverage by earning from the efforts of other people, by teaching others what you've been taught and earning income from the efforts that they do. That is how business owners and entrepreneurs create business assets and become millionaires and billionaires. I mean, look at somebody like Elon Musk. He doesn't go and design each rocket for SpaceX himself. He's got engineers, he's got all of these people that design. He gives them the idea, they implement, and he earns money from all of the efforts that they do. So you want to have leverage in your business. Automation is how can you create something once that earns you an income on an ongoing process. So for example, that can be, we're living in an age where the internet and technology has created so many opportunities for us to create automation. So you need to find out how can you automate your business as much as possible. Thirdly, I do believe that every person working for a salary has to have some kind of a home-based or sideline business, because firstly, it will increase the revenue that you generate for yourself. And if you want to become successful financially, you cannot have only one source of income. You can't live only on PSI. What does PSI stand for? PSI is your primary source of income. You need to have MSI. MSI is multiple sources of income, and you need to develop those multiple sources. Also, starting a part-time business creates a huge number of tax benefits, where all of the expenses that you incur in generating an income in that business is tax deductible. So a part of your car payment, a part of your interest on your house if you have an office at home, part of your cell phone, all of those kind of things can be deducted from tax because you have a part-time business. So without the business actually earning you a profit, it already earns you money by being able to give you those tax deductions. So yeah, everybody should have some kind of a part-time business. So the challenge that most people have is, okay, but what kind of business do I get involved in that offers me the opportunity to create either leverage or automation in the long run?